Welcome back. Many parents were thrust into the world of virtual learning almost overnight as the pandemic forced schools to close and students into remote learning.
But online learning isn't anything new. Completely virtual institutions have been around for years. And as concerns over COVID and mask mandates increase, so does the interest in schools, like Michigan Connections Academy.
Yeah, tonight our Janice Allen talks with the school leader there and a local family about why they say this option is best for them.
Time. I think since I was like 10.
And 12-year-old Ethan Mathias is pursuing his dreams, performing in front of thousands with his latest role as Lawrence in School of Rock. His booming career forcing the former Forest Hill student to say goodbye to traditional schooling.
We were planning on switching over to an online school for acting and stuff. And then Corona hit, and that gave us even more of a reason to go online.
Now on the road, Ethan's taking his learning online for the second year with Michigan Connections Academy. The flexible curriculum allowing the young actor to set his own pace.
Let's say like I had to do a commercial or like a small shoot or something, right? I would like do all of my work ahead for the entire week, so I could have that entire week free, so I can like schedule my own plan.
Mom Lisa is happy with the switch. She says virtual learning has played into his strengths while also accommodating his past, coming from a Spanish immersion background and taking accelerated math courses.
I also liked that they have live lessons like 1 hour a day or so, depending on the classes. But it wasn't like you were sitting in front of Zoom all day long, because that's torture.
School leaders emphasize virtual learning with Connections Academy is much different than what many parents may have experienced during the pandemic.
We have, again, a full system of support in place that we utilize to help students find their ultimate success. So, we're not asking them to be teachers. We're asking them to be the support person on the other side. We're going to do the instruction. We want to do the instruction. That's why we're here.
Brian Klochek, the school superintendent, says Connections may be a good fit for families who are torn over whether to send their kids back to class in person.
We've had many students come to us and find success in schooling, perhaps where they didn't find as great of success as previous. We are expected to administer and have the same expectations of every traditional brick and mortar school out there. So we're graded, we're being held to the same accountability factors as your traditional settings. In addition to, we also have accountability measures that we have to meet for our authorizer Ferris State.
Klochek says that means you can expect similar educational outcomes to traditional schools. And for parents like Lisa,
just for him, the virtual has been so much better.
It comes with the added benefit of not having to worry about her son being impacted with other things like peer pressure.
There's no bullying. There's no, it's kind of a nice little bubble that the kids can be in and not have to worry about a lot of that social pressure and competition.
Now heading into the 7th grade, Ethan is flourishing.
I think it's a lot easier to learn in online school because in normal school, to focus, I would have to like hum or like tap or something, and it would like disturb other classmates. But here I can like do whatever, or if like I'm getting like really stressed out from something, I can like walk away from 10 minutes, like get a snack, like collect myself again, and then come back to it.
He plans to continue performing and continue online schooling until he graduates. Even though that may mean missing out on typical high school memories like homecoming or prom, Ethan says it's well worth it to keep learning while living out his dreams.
And I feel like I would rather do a whole dance on a stage in front of 2,000 people instead of a high school prom dance.
Janice Allen, Fox 17 News.
Connections Academy does hold a traditional in-person graduation ceremony, although the pandemic has impacted that recently. There's still time to learn more about enrolling. The first day of school is Tuesday, September 7th.
He was well prepared to deal with this year. Well, we're told that there are also still some openings, but they are limited right now, so we've linked more information to this story on our website and mobile news app.